What up, guys? Welcome to For the Plot. This is our, I guess, fourth, fifth episode now. Um, we got Alex Eubank on here. He's going to sit here and preach to us about how Rocky needs to change his ways.
Connor needs to change his ways, too.
Connor
bro.
needs to change his ways.
No, I know. I definitely do.
I'm a change man.
What, bro gets a girlfriend and automatically changes? Huh?
I think Connor's a little jealous.
Was that like a public thing with you?
Now, yeah.
Really?
No, yeah. I've been posting her.
Saw a little wine
Only
TikTok.
because he gets views is all.
That was fire.
He's posting her for views.
Dude, you post a
respect you
girl,
for that
and they'll
one.
be like, damn, I thought you were in the closet. But,
Why you always trying to flame me, bro?
I don't know. You just try to find me, brother.
I just want what's best for you, Rocky. That's all.
All right. My first question for Alex. Where are you from?
Maryland, sadly. Just got out, though.
Sadly.
Why do you not want to live there? What makes it so,
There's just nothing there. It was voted the number one place to not retire in, if that says anything about
You
it.
serious?
Bro. Just crash outs and, there's nothing good, fun to do. Baltimore's a super just, nasty, dirty city. There's literally, gyms are good. That's it.
I've
Yeah,
never
the
been
gyms
there,
are
so I have
Charlotte
nothing
now.
bad to say about it.
Yeah, no, there's just nothing good. Whenever I go anywhere else, I'm like, oh, this is so much more fun. But, I'm in Charlotte now, which is more of a vibe because this is better food, better people.
Yeah, you
More to
keep
do.
talking about food. I see it in
Dude
your Snapchat.
eats so much.
What are you talking about food in Charlotte? What's so different about Charlotte, North Carolina's food?
For, the money first off, the variety. You can get any type of restaurant, and it's going to be, high end. The apps are going to be fire. The main entree is fire. No matter where you go, and it's, super still, affordable. It's not like you're paying big money for nothing.
Dude orders 4 appetizers by himself, by the way.
Do you rent
just
or buy
clarifying.
out there?
Renting.
You rent out
Yeah,
there?
I'm staying at loft apartment complex, which I low key rushed into. Wish I would have bought a crib. I tried to buy a crib actually at the end of last year in Charlotte, and I got denied on it because my credit was torched.
Really?
It's not my
Influencers.
control though. I didn't do
Influencers
It
and
was
their
something.
credit,
What
bro.
happened to your credit score?
it. Just family members accidentally had credit
Your
cards on
information.
my social and maxed the limit out, and because it was a $900,000 house, I could afford it perfectly, loved it, and I put the app in. They were like, yeah, we can't give you anything. Check my score. It was a 550.
Oof.
I was like, brother, how?
Not good.
You don't check
Yeah.
your credit score regularly?
Nah, because I always got approved for cars and stuff. Mainly because it sounds like some my dad does co-sign for me on everything because he has perfect credit.
Yeah.
So he just loves me. So I'm his only child. He never wants me to get a bad rate. So he's got 850 credit score. So whenever I get a car, he co-signs it. He knows I'm gonna pay it. He just knows I'm good for it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I've never seen what my credit score itself was until that. Once I saw that, and I paid a company to try and fix it, but that's why I'm renting because
That's what I need to do. I need to figure out. You need to tell me how to do that because I do need to figure that out.
fixing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bad.
I paid a company to try and
I'll pay
help me
whoever.
online.
I don't care, bro. I need to fix it.
Yeah, it's
Because it wasn't
important.
my fault. I didn't make any transactions or anything and dropped my shit
Yeah.
100 points.
What
So-
made you start working out?
So when I was 16, I had anger issues growing up pretty bad between my parents, divorce. It was
You
really
punching holes in the walls and stuff?
yeah.
I felt that.
My wall torched.
I felt
Torched. I used to have mad anger issues. Gaming made it so much worse, dude.
Oh my god, throwing controllers and shit.
Dude, I was bad. But
Modern Warfare 2 days were bad.
the
bro.
divorce stuff made it bad, and then when I was 16, I started it was the first time I ever talked to a girl, and she died, right?
Mm.
She died.
What?
Yeah, she just died
That's rough.
when I was 16. So 16, you're young, bro, emotions, and just that. So I got yeah,
sorry.
bro.
Bro's laughing.
I'm not trying to laugh.
It's yeah.
It's just,
It was
I'm about to go
not.
get
I
the
just set
holy
it out the
water,
cut.
bro.
So between the whole thing with feeling abandoned from my parents kind of growing up and just only child, not really having good friend groups or anything, being on my own, and then that happening, I was like, all right. So
were
I
you
had
insecure at a younger age? You getting bullied or something?
I got bullied a little bit in elementary school just because I was cracked at gaming but I was weird.
I was cracked at gaming, so I got bullied.
I used to do quick scope 1v1s and absolutely destroy all the cool kids in elementary school. But yeah, I was definitely weird.
Everything started to make sense.
Yeah.
I wasn't the fastest kid in middle school, but I was cracked.
Yeah, bro, it was cracked. He's like, I
Cracked
didn't even
and
play
calm.
kickball, bro. I just told him to 1v1 me.
So I got into calisthenics. These guys called the Bar Brothers,
The
which is
Bar
body
Brothers?
weight. Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys in Europe, doing pull-ups, all this cool stuff. Got into it, bought the program. From then on out, I would start going to like gyms to do the pull-ups at. Started lifting weights, 16.
Mm-hmm.
Got addicted to it.
What, to the weights or?
Testosterone.
Testosterone, yeah.
Yeah.
Clip that.
So, no. But no, I started with the body weight, and then like I would finish the workout with like some dumbbells, and then slowly over time I wanted more.
So when did you see your physique start like actually forming? Like what age were you? 16 to like
17, I had a good physique.
17?
Took me a year.
Was it like a cut physique or was it like a bulky, like?
I'll have to show y'all like a picture, but I was pretty. Chest was already there. Like
Mhm.
I had a good physique. At
I
17.
saw the before and after picture when you started lifting weights and before.
Yeah.
Like you
So-
have them side by side. It's like pinned on your shirt.
Were you
isn't it?
fat when you were younger?
No, so that was when I was lifting for 2.5 years at that picture,
Okay.
but I was fat. I like bulked up hella.
You were never like fat.
I was chunky. That wasn't a good picture. I
Bro,
was
it
like
15%
190. My head
body
was-
fat.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I looked at that picture and like my eyes, if I was to look at you and not know you at all, nothing, I would be like, yeah, he was definitely fat like 3 years ago. Like looking at him like that, from, like your body style.
I started off like extremely lean, like no body fat, because all I did was cardio.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start in calisthenics. I got shredded and then I got fat.
Yeah,
190. And then I got sick. It was my graduation morning. I threw up. I was 18. Developed a fear of eating food because of that. I hate throwing up. Over the course of that summer, dude, I lost 20 pounds unwillingly.
Pause. You were scared to eat food?
I was scared. Yeah.
Like,
I
you'd
developed
look
a
at it
fear.
like, oh God.
Huh?
Fear.
Like you'd look at it on the table and just be like, oh.
Nah, I'm good.
I would
Shivering.
start eating and my anxiety would be so bad I'd be like, I'm gonna throw up because of this food.
Oh, okay.
It was a mental trigger I had to get through. So I had a period where like I had to like take pills like my stomach would stop making acid because I would throw up.
Anabar pills?
What
It's
do you
bad
know?
that I
What do you know about
this stuff.
Anabar pills?
I
Yeah.
know a lot about it.
You're natural.
I'm a natty king.
Yeah.
Right.
Natty King.
Yeah,
Natty King's
dude put on like 25 pounds.
I'm
in 2
natural,
months.
just like every one of these influencers.
Except
Yeah.
for me. I am natural.
And
But yeah, I
No,
lost
that's
20
the bar
pounds.
bro. The bar bro over here.
Lost 20 pounds, ended up recomping, getting to a good physique, and then got addicted to filming, being aesthetic. Never really bulked crazy after that.
And you don't want to get up to like 200,
I was
right?
about to say, I've never seen you like
I don't care
actually
for it.
finish a
'Cause I-
bulk.
Every time I speak to you, you're always talking about, or everything just, I'm getting like the hints that you don't want to ever be up at 200 because you won't
No.
see like you won't be like that lean at 200.
I like to look good with my shirt off, nothing more than that. I don't care
Mhm.
too much about like the whole being super overly bulked up, bigger weight.
I feel
I'm
like
happy.
200 wouldn't look bad on you though. You'd probably be at what, maybe 15% body fat at 200.
But
I'd be 18 probably.
his legs have to
Still
grow
not
with
bad.
that also, so he'd be like proportional all the way around.
I mean, I feel
Shoulder-
like that's part of a bulk though.
Yeah.
I mean, your legs are gonna grow like your body would.
Well, I bulk, and then like whenever I bulked last time, my legs didn't grow at all, and I still hit legs twice.
Or you hit legs like once a week and you barely.
Wait, so how
hit
long
that.
y'all been lifting?
I've been lifting. So I never really worked out. Like I've never touched weights since I was like going into my 9th grade summer baseball year,
14.
and I lifted like 90 pounds my first time like ever benching, and then within like 2 weeks I went to like 180 or 185 or something. I don't know. I did really good, and I was
Yeah.
like, this might be something that I really like. But I took a couple months off. I got into hunting and all that crap, and then I think like hanging around you like after I met probably 2021.
That was 2021.
Yeah, that's when I really started like
Taking
hanging
it
out with
serious?
people. I wouldn't say take it serious, but like going every day, like more committed to it in a way. I didn't really have a diet, and then I learned like doing dieting and all that stuff. Like it all kind of came as you keep going. You learn.
Yeah.
And,
what about you?
I did wrestling all through like my years. So I was always cutting weight. I was never lifting weight. 'Cause
He's
in my
always
head,
been lean as hell.
I just had to make weight. That's all I had to do. So whatever I cut off muscle, I don't care what it is, I'm cutting weight regardless. But I never like pushed weight. Like I never was like that. Didn't care to grow muscle. So when I was like
Stop him.
19, that's when I started. Around like 19 is when I started actually like putting up weight and just
Yeah.
like trying. And then
You look lean, bro. You're like almost single digit.
I don't know, man. I want to get bigger. I want like 10 pounds more. I want to be like 185 lean.
Yeah. You can.
Like I don't care to be like swole, like the biggest guy in the gym. I want to be just 185, walk around weight, and just be lean.
Who has your ideal physique? If you had to
Oh,
say
David. What's that?
David?
Yeah.
Lade?
Like he's just like a
Aesthetic.
tall, lengthy,
Yeah.
just aesthetic.
Dude, what's his damn name? Hold on.
I want his physique. Like that's what I want.
Let me see this dude.
I don't care to be as ripped, but I'm gonna try to get like that.
I respect that.
But
Everyone just wants to be like jacked up now. It's crazy to me. I don't
like
get
who?
it. Name?
Name.
I mean, ideal. What society feel like is chasing now? Like these guys,
Mm-hmm.
they like the Sam Sulek build, which isn't bad. It's just it's unhealthy.
Sam's
it's
fucking
unattainable.
huge, bro.
Yeah.
That guy's an animal. I don't know why. I don't want that physique. That's too big.
Yeah,
Like-
I couldn't do that, bro.
There's like I think I just now starting to learn this in the past like 6 months, of like taking workout really serious. You know what I'm talking about? I don't like lots of guys. They don't care about physique anymore. They just want to get the biggest and have like the biggest egos in the gym.
Yeah, that's
Kinda
what I
fun.
speak against, bro. People sometimes shit on me for it, but
Like I see it every day in the gym. Like I have friends that do it too. Like all they want to do is be the strongest and biggest guy in the gym.
it
But
stems from an insecurity.
huh?
It stems from an
Jay-Wee.
insecurity.
Yeah.
Jay-Wee's
And I
always
was like
trying to get
that. Like, I was
stronger
like, shit, I
than
want to be
everybody.
so big and strong.
John
but
Schwartz.
now I'm just worried about like.
Dude, great guy.
Huh?
Great guy.
He seems
Well
cool
done.
as fuck, dude. Like his physique is just nuts. Like, look at that, bro.
He's not
Jesus.
overly big, yeah. He
That's
recently hopped
that's
on.
definitely like trend body though.
Well, he's
like,
been on for only like a year and a half, based on what I remember.
He told me too. I was DMing him and stuff. It was close to 2 years, so you're right. I mean, but he said he had the gyno surgery and stuff, and I was asking him questions about it and like, just how the recovery was. But he seems like a genuine dude because he's very open to talking about that type of stuff. So I like people like that. I don't like liars.
Yeah. When did you get your gyno surgery?
Like 2 months ago,
Probably like 2.5, maybe 3 months
two and a
ago.
half months ago.
How's it? Do you feel a lot better though? We were talking about that earlier.
Insecurity wise, yeah. I mean, my nipples kind of invert a little bit, but like only when they're hard, I guess.
It's
you would
better
say.
than being like.
It's better than
chubby
being
nipples.
puffy. Like I showed you these pictures in the gym,
Yeah.
and like, it was so hard for me to want to like take pictures when I thought I looked good because I would literally have to like pinch my nipples to make them look hard, so they wouldn't bother me.
yeah.
but, like-
yeah, it sucks, bro. My dad had that surgery.
I was born with it though, so like I wasn't like no steroid shit
So
before.
you gaining all this weight, you've never had no hormonal problems at all?
I mean, I've had times where my test was like 250, being shredded.
Low?
Eating, yeah.
How the hell? How'd you get it that low?
Just shredded for 5 months straight.
Not eating enough.
Being
You
traveling.
weren't taking like what's it called? Not gummies. Vitamins.
I took vitamins to fix it.
Yeah.
So like I took like maca root, astragalus or tribulus terrestris, D3 zinc, a whole complex,
Yeah.
and adding in like hella high fat foods, cholesterol, and body fat. My body fat went from like 8.5%, 9% to 13.
You're not scared of like getting your cholesterol too high?
No. Well, if you eat
That
healthy
scares me.
cholesterol, no, you have to eat healthy
Yeah,
cholesterol,
cholesterol's
not,
not
bad.
a bad thing.
Got it retested 6-7 months later. Was it 900? Naturally.
What do you think about like that Tomcat Ali stuff or whatever the hell?
I
it's
took
called?
that too.
Yeah, I was about to say I heard that's like a form of like a testosterone, but it's not.
No, and they're like herbs,
It's
bro. They're all
herbs.
yeah,
Yeah.
good for your body. Your
Jackson
body
was
needs
saying
stuff,
something
bro.
about how he took that shit and it made his go up a little bit.
Yeah, it all helped. Dude, all that stuff goes a long way for a natty.
So you've never taken any anabolic steroid in your life?
You do that shit for your
No.
shoulder though.
Took BPC 157. I've talked about that. Some people
Yeah.
try to say, "Oh, you're not natty because of that."
Well, because you stuck a needle in
'Cause
your arm?
It's banned by WADA, but it's a healing peptide, bro. You can say what's it called? Caffeine
It's
was
not a
banned by
growth.
WADA in 2003 or some shit. So if you're gonna say that I'm not natty for taking BPC, if you took caffeine when you were 3 or whatever 2003, you're technically not natty either. Healing peptide does nothing to my physique at all. I took it
It's
for
like
4
taking
weeks.
a Cialis and getting a pump.
There you go.
I mean, that's how I see it. It's no different.
Exactly.
I don't know. A lot of you know how many people's told me that Cialis, like taking like what's it called? What's that little drops?
Tadalafil?
Like taking Tadalafil messes with your hormones.
I don't see how.
And I was
bro.
like, there's no way.
Yeah, it
I don't-
doesn't.
I
It's
don't
just
believe that at all.
directs blood flow.
Yep.
That's all it
I
does.
think it just opens you up.
Loosens
and
blood vessels, bro.
it-
That's all it does.
Instead of contracting, it opens your blood vessels. To
Have you ever thought about getting on gear at all?
When I first started, like when I was 21, maybe, I was like more so considering it. Every single time I go to LA, some other kid influencer hopped on,
yeah.
and at a point it got tempting. But I've realized that it doesn't. You don't matter. Like I've been so successful in this industry, being natural and having a positive impact. There's no need for me to have to hop on gear. I used to think like, oh, the physique correlates how much money you make. It's bullshit. Not at all.
Why do you
Yeah.
why do you say that?
I do remember you saying something about like how you want to stay lean because you feel like you're the only person in that industry that has that physique that makes you that money. If that makes any sense, I remember hearing something about that. But
It's having a healthy balance with everything, bro. Having a healthy physique that you can have long term, where you can make a good living from it and have a positive impact. All
Yeah.
that into one is what I've been trying to embody.
yeah, no, that's true.
So how do you stay so lean? I know everybody always asks you, how do you stay so lean and cut
Like long?
without-
Dude, and this dude eats.
Well, I have
Bro,
I yo-yo
eats.
diet big time. I'll talk about this. So
like,
I'll
on
get
and
a
off?
I'll get a lot of pictures when I'm shredded and lean, and then I'll have a 2-week period.
Just like me.
My 2-week
Really?
bender, right, where I'm just like eating whatever I want, dude. I'll go from single digit body fat to I've got good genetics. I don't get fat up to 13-14%, and then it
Must
takes
be
me
nice.
3-4 weeks to get back down to shredded again. I repeat the process.
What's weight like when you do that?
Huh?
What's your
Your
weight,
weight.
like when you do that?
170 is single digit for me.
God,
180.
So you can't
185.
feel good doing be at 170 like that though.
I mean, I could if I
feel
actually was
depleted?
dieting, making food every day like I used to for myself, I can maintain 170 for a long time.
Yeah.
I won't
when you
feel
say
the best.
170, you mean 170 or like 170s?
170 flat.
Jesus, bro.
How do you deal with? Because I know, whenever I lose weight, say I lose 5 pounds, say I'm sick and I lose 5 pounds, or I go on like a binge where I'm drinking for like 3 or 4 days, and I lose that weight. I look in the mirror and I get really bad body dysmorphia, like really bad. How do you get past that?
Get a pump, bro. When I'm that shredded, I don't look that good. If I look good with the pump,
I
as a
can get
natty,
a pump, but I'm still looking at myself like when I'm done. I'm like, damn, like where did everything go?
I think you look bigger when you're shredded with a good pump. When
Especially
I
in
get
pictures,
when I'm
bro.
at 170 shredded with a good pump, I look better than when I'm at 185 with a pump, in my opinion.
Why? Because you're more vascular.
You're more
Like
vascular. Your muscle
lighting?
bellies pop. The way my muscle bellies are in my body, when I'm single digit body fat, along with my like vascularity, and my small waist, it makes me look like I weigh 15 pounds more than I really do when I have a pump.
That
That
makes
sucks
sense.
for me, dude, because I have such
So-
I think my waist is just big, but I have a nice butt, so.
See that I was not blessed with.
Me neither. My
Fat
butt's so
brother.
flat.
Well,
I
you
try
know.
to say it's fat, but it really ain't.
We knew.
It's so small.
Yeah.
How do you know we know?
Click the link.
Have you ever considered doing OnlyFans?
No, bro. I will never.
Honest question.
God
You know how
was
many gym
striking
influencers
game.
do OnlyFans?
Yeah, bro. I told you, bro. It's a double sin. It's a double sin, and this is where it's selfish to you, but it's because you're allowing somebody else to fall into temptation as well.
Well, that's their temptation though.
As a
Yeah,
brother in
right?
Christ, you're supposed to love. You love your peer,
Like,
so
you're
you don't want
doing
them to
it-
fall.
And other people are buying it from you, so you're sinning on top of making someone else sin
There you
by
go.
like jacking off or something. Like,
To you.
But
yeah.
but I thought if you're a Christian, you shouldn't judge another person for their actions.
We're not
or
judging.
it's
whatever
not. It's
it
not.
is.
It's not
like
judging.
by
my
God,
brother.
like by God, like His rules, like it's a double sin. You're not judging anybody. We don't give a damn. You're making your dollar, but
Yeah.
God's judging both of you.
What do you know about God?
He just explained it to me.
Oh,
I actually listened.
I listen too.
So I want to hear your stories with God. We'll go one of y'all can go first. Like, what do you think God is? What do you think it's done to your life?
I think God is my creator. I mean, I understand that He created pretty much everything in existence.
It's a good father.
You know, I'm not even gonna lie and sit here and act like I know a lot, but I just, I believe in everything that He's done, and I believe in God. But I did go to church. I was explaining to you earlier. I was young, bro. I went to church at a young age, and then when my great grandma passed away, it kind of like tore the whole family apart. And I lived 2 houses down from them, so they were like my rock. They held me together. My parents were always working to like provide, bro. We did not have money.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, when they passed away, it tore everything apart. I didn't go to church, and I haven't been since. So I wish I would have gone and paid more attention, but like an ADHD 8-year-old kid is not gonna pay attention in church. Like,
I feel you. I was
school's
like
never
that.
been my thing, but not that I don't want to learn more, because it does interest me, and I do want to change my ways and be a better person.
Have you thought about watching it like online or listening?
Honestly, not even a thought. Let me be real with you. But I didn't even think about like that was a thing. You know, I'm so focused on whatever else I've got going on that the last thing I thought about was watching church online.
Giving
All right,
God
honest
time.
question.
Yeah. And now I do have time. I just, again, didn't think about
Like
it.
actual honest question. You gotta answer it honest. How many times a week do you pray? Honest.
I wouldn't say there's a amount. I do pray here and there, but I don't pray every day. I mean, I'll pray at dinner sometimes. I'll pray before bed. I wouldn't even say it's a prayer. I talk to God. I don't think praying is any different than talking to God, but I mean I would say a few times.
Isn't
a
that what a
week.
prayer is?
It's talking to God in a sense, intercession. It's just communicating with the Father.
I just feel like talking to Him like sometimes just eases my pain. Like not that I'm begging or asking for anything. It's just like someone to talk to.
Yeah, someone there to hear.
Like when I'm on the verge of tears, sometimes I just sit down and breathe and just
Oh, you
talk
know
to
that's
God.
a
sit
lie.
with Him. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What about you? What's your experience
Why
with
is that a
God?
lie, bro? Why is everything got to be like fuck you, Connor?
Oh,
That's all I
That's a
get from you
lie.
ever. It's not okay.
you say when you just like you
You're
take a
going to
chill
hell.
pill. You need a
You're
chill
going to
pill.
hell.
No, I'm going to heaven for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one that's be kicking you down the gates. Bow, go back down there.
What's your
Come
story
up
with
with a better
God?
answer.
Go
Who
ahead.
do you think
Talk.
God is, and do you know Him?
I mean, I grew up in like a Christian family, baptism, everything like that. I never got baptized. What I think like the Lord is, like God, I really don't know. Like I know, but I don't. Like I don't remember half the stories, half the things in the Bible from when I was younger. I used to be really good at it. Like we used to go my like Sundays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Wednesdays were like the youth, and it was fun. Then I
Bible
just grew out of
camps
it.
and stuff. I
Um,
went once to a Bible
Family
camp.
we all just my mom got divorced, and like we were like that like happy like perfect little white person family household. That was bad. We were like the perfect little family. We go to church like 3 times a week, Thursdays, Wednesdays, Sundays, and whatever. I don't know. I think God is. I think He's definitely real, because I believe in a lot of different things. But I've also had my suspicions with like I'm a Christian, right? I believe in the Lord. I don't go to church. I pray, but it's not enough. For one speaking about it.
There's not enough. There's no minimum you need.
Yeah, but I feel like I should at least like do something else to get closer with Him, rather than just pray every day, because I sin more than probably anybody that's watching this podcast. 100%.
So that's the issue with sin, is
Put
that
together.
it will destroy the intimacy you can have with God is when you sin.
But the
So
thing is, when I pray, I feel, I really do. Every time I pray, something good comes up. Like every time, I'm telling you, there's not been one time, and I pray like maybe like 3 times a week. Sometimes when I'm sitting on the toilet, I just pray, and it'd be like a long like when I pray,
Why
I
the
say
toilet?
long prayers. I talk
When
about.
you pray, what do you pray? Give me an idea. What do you say?
Well, I always end it. Well, so like something's going on in my life. Say like I'm struggling like just mentally. Like I'm just thinking about stuff and I can't get over it. Or if I'm like my hormones are everywhere and I gotta like take anger out and I don't
Just
want to like
vent.
hurt someone or like feel like I need to like just hurt someone else and to make myself feel better. Either I do that or I pray and I always end it with I put this in your hands. And Jesus, Lord, amen.
I like
That's,
that. I
that's
like you put it in His hands. Like submitting to His will is always good.
Like that's every prayer. Anytime I say anything to Him to pray, I always say I'm putting this in your hands because I don't know what's gonna happen.
Do you feel when you say you sin a lot? Do you feel bad at some point, like after the fact, or do you not feel guilt?
I don't feel guilt.
I feel
Not. It
guilty as
depends what I
hell.
do. It depends what I do. There's some stuff I've done. I'm not gonna say on the pod, but that I do actually not agree with, and I definitely feel guilty about it. But I look at it also as it's like when my ego comes out.
Is there an
And-
excuse behind that, or like do you
No,
like fully
there's no
recognize?
excuse.
the
I recognize
ego?
everything I do wrong, and I also recognize that it's already happened. I can't get. I just gotta get past it.
Yeah.
Whether it's something real bad and I gotta pray, or if it's something in the future that I know it's gonna happen that I have to do. Whatever it is.
When you mentioned the ego thing, it's like big because the ego was the downfall of the devil. The devil used to be an angel. He
Oh,
was
I've
one
been
of
letting my
God's
ego
best
go.
angels,
Like the
right?
past month, I've been
Yeah.
trying to like get my ego to like just let it go.
You got
Like,
to give it
even
to
with her,
God, bro. You have
I've
to
been-
humble yourself. It's
I
an
know.
act of like, you'll find that having an ego will really, bro. It talks a lot in the Bible about humbling yourself because you can't
Mhm.
go to God unless you're humble, right? If you're an ego, it will disrupt that intimacy you can have with God, and you need to make sure that's something that you really focus on. That was the downfall of the devil, bro. Again,
Mhm.
he was God's like greatest, like angel. He was a leader
Really?
in worship. He was beautiful, huh?
That's how the devil was made. He was.
He was an angel,
I think I've heard that before.
or a the term for it. It's the term. I forgot the term for it.
He was like the lead of the like.
Yeah, but there's a
choir
word.
in heaven.
Really?
He was the worship leader. Yeah, but there is a word. He basically like God's like chosen in a sense, like one of his like most favored,
What did he do?
and he fell. He became so prideful. He wanted to be like his ego, like
Yeah,
right.
he wanted
to be like God.
God, and
He wanted to be
that's
like
why
God.
he created like the underworld, correct?
Well, God kicked him out of
Or
heaven
God
because he
sent
rebelled.
him there,
Yeah.
right?
Well, he
Ooh.
kicked him out. He said that it says in Jeremiah, Satan fell like lightning, right? Along with the fallen angels, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing we talk about. But I'm saying that, dude, pride can be anybody's downfall. So if you cannot submit your pride and realize that you are literally worth nothing, we are literally nothing.
To him or to
And
other
me-
people?
And everything,
To
bro.
anybody.
We're worth nothing. I'm worth nothing. I am a human being. I'm
There's
fallen
like
short. I'm worth nothing.
7 billion people in the world.
See, I gotta learn that because sometimes I think I am, you know,
The shit.
the shit, and then sometimes I'm like, damn, dude, I got so much I gotta work on.
You're
Like,
in-
I feel disgusting. Like I tell the boys, like if I do something dumb or if I just not feel it, I feel ugly, I feel disgusting, I feel
I
small.
love that you feel it because God has he has his stamp. I made him on your heart. That's
Mhm.
why you feel that way, which is good, bro. Some people don't even feel that. It's the fact that you have the sense of morality on your heart because you're created in the image of God. And so I love that you even have that, and it shows even that there's something there, bro. And I just know God has a lot for you, bro. And I feel like you just need to like, with both of you guys, even me just being down here, man, like you just humble yourself before him. I'm not trying to say like there's a checklist of like things you can't do when we talk, bro. It's just
Mhm.
that these things will disturb the intimacy you have with him.
What do you mean by intimacy? Like sexual?
Like what?
intimacy?
No, like what he has planned for you, like
Like talking to him? Like
Yeah,
praying
bro,
to him?
It's,
Like
it's
the
hard to have a
things-
relationship with someone when you can't have intimacy with them. Be vulnerable.
Yeah, well then he grow up. Like if I'm dating her, dude.
What I'm saying with God, bro, it's not
I'm like a
sexual. Intimacy is
squirrel.
meaning like a in the moment connection where I can be vulnerable with every ounce of my past, my being with this person, with God. You show him your past, your trauma,
yeah,
your
like being
darkness.
around him and being okay with that.
Yeah, like just it's
Like-
hard to explain, bro. Intimacy.
Like being around, say around, like you're around him, but you did something bad to him. Would you be okay being around?
It'd be a
him?
different vibe with
if
us
I
together.
can talk to him.
Yeah, but like it wouldn't be the same. Like y'all are boys now, but say you did him dirty, but you came
No,
around him later.
I'm
That's
a believer that
intimacy.
I can always be cool
Get
with
over the
someone,
past?
get over if I have a conversation with them. But I have to have a conversation with
But do
them.
you think it'll ever go back the same?
Yeah.
Okay, if it keeps happening over and over again.
No.
That's how it is with God.
That's what he's trying to get at.
So you keep sinning against him.
Oh,
It's
shit.
disturbing the
That's
intimacy.
good.
Right?
That's
So
real
it's
good.
like if you want more with him, you have to learn that you have to kind of give some things up to him. And it's not that God's a cosmic killjoy. He loves you. And he wants you to enjoy his creation, but in the right boundaries. Right?
We're going back.
I'm also
I
like that.
see
I'm
that.
just saying, I like that you feel guilt because that's where some people like feel the need to not have God in their life because they're like, oh, I don't feel guilt. I feel like there's no need. Or they feel fulfilled by the temporary things that might temporarily satisfy them, but one day it's going to get to a point where it's not. But yeah, getting to the point, it's that there's nothing that you can do to separate you from God. Yeah, I'm saying you can quench the spirit by sinning against him and it would destroy that intimacy, but
Mhm.
there's no amount, you can never be too far gone. You take one step towards God, he takes 99 towards you, right? He leaves 99 to find the one lost sheep. He's in search of your heart and your soul, and he loves you and he wants you. But you have to realize, like, no matter how bad, like your past, your slate is wiped clean. It literally says you're seen as a new creation.
Like every
So-
day, it's wiped clean.
Yeah, you ask for new mercies. When I pray, I ask for every single time I pray, I ask for forgiveness.
Forgive me for
It's
my
God,
sins.
Really?
God,
I never-
forgive me
I
for
say-
my
we
sins, but
say
have
the
mercy
Lord's
on me, a
Prayer
sinner.
like every before every game. Like it's
I
literally
prayed
tattooed on my
I prayed
side.
for me and Gigi. I mean, I can say her name. You don't have to cut that because I've already said her name multiple times. I prayed for us to work out, and, like just to get past the past, like everything of
Get
me
past the
doing.
past, yeah.
outlandish, stupid stuff or going on benders and not being with her or being
With
wishy-washy.
dumb shit.
And it works every time. Like I prayed one good time this last time. I did tell him though, I was like, if it doesn't work out this next time, then make it known in my heart that I won't go back to that.
Do you feel like
Same as her though.
okay? So do you feel like that the prayer thing helps, and do you feel like
I do.
the past? When you say like the past, like you're praying for the past to get past the past type vibe.
The
like,
past that me and her have been through together.
yeah. Do you feel like that past, in a sense, can affect relationships in a negative way?
Holy, you're so bad.
So this is where I'm saying that God loves you so much, and this is where people will say that He's a cosmic killjoy. Oh, God doesn't want me to have fun. God loves you, and He lays out these boundaries because He loves you, because He doesn't want you to have to even have that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that He knows like what's best for you. So when you're going through like these things, whatever your past is, or her past is, where maybe in the moment you thought it was fun and fulfilling,
Of
but looking
course.
back on it, you're like, dang, I wish I didn't do that.
That's what the temptation part comes in. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, right now, I don't have like any temptations. Like, I can look at, all right, sorry for my language, a naked woman on any social media app or anything or in person, and I just won't have no temptations. I don't care
Out
who
of
you
all
are.
things you say,
Love
watch
that.
what I
don't.
say and you say that.
Yeah,
And
well, I'm
you've
just
said
saying.
like way worse.
I have said a lot worse, but I'm trying to keep it a
Oh
little bit
my
more
God.
PG. Yeah, my temptations are a lot. They're not gone, but right now I don't. Right now they're gone. I don't care to
Yeah.
see any other woman.
That's good.
Right now.
I'm proud of you for that. I mean, it shows you're coming already
Yeah.
a long way. When it comes to, I mean, the main reason why I feel like I even want to do this is just, I really do care about your guys' like your soul and your fulfillment. You guys are two young men. You're killing it in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you're missing that extra bit? Like I'm not blaming for once to
No,
say for once
yes,
like you're
like-
not I completely believe you guys are religious and Christians, but there's an active, like we talked in the car, an extra level of intimacy that you were missing out on that I want you to experience so bad, and everything if you build off of that will be exponentially way better in your life. And that's why I like am here to even talk to you guys about something like that. Because like I know when we talked before, like when I said like this list of like whatever, talk about crashing out and I say, oh, that's bad, whatever, I don't ever mean to come off as like there's a checklist you have to do. It's just that I know that there is a level of a relationship with the creator of the universe that you can experience personally and that you can get to it. And I just, do you feel like, I guess my main question is, do you guys feel like there's anything you're missing out
Yeah,
on?
of
There's
course.
something more,
But
right? Like,
It's a lot, but I don't know what it is.
yeah.
You know, until I find it, then I'll know.
I want my old mind back. Like I want the sweet me. I want the sweet guy back, not
Do
the
you,
Was there
cocky
ever?
asshole Rocky. Huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never met
Dude,
that one.
no,
The
I was
front.
I was
never
literally
met that one.
I was still like cocky, like you know, I just like how I carry myself.
Mhm.
But that's just like how I carry myself. But with women and my family, friends, like the way I speak, I want that back.
you want the old rock,
Yeah.
you're saying it's the one that was pure, the more pure.
The peer,
Unhurt.
like not been through everything and been through this and changed his mind.
Why
trauma.
do you feel like the trauma has made you have to
100%.
become someone that is harder, like a
Because in my
tougher?
timeline, it was one really bad thing that happened in my life, and before that, I was like on the verge of like crashing out and going, like just doing a bunch of stuff and that I shouldn't be doing, and then after that, I cared about not one soul, like I barely cared for my family, like
What was the event?
my dad died.
Yeah.
And it broke me for like 3 months straight, and then it just hurt. Like I wanted to. That was the only time I've ever, like I put a gun to my mouth, and my buddies came in, and just talked to me for like 2 hours, and I went to my mom's room, and we talked, and we were just crying together. Now I'm like numb. Like I feel like I want to cry, and I just can't cry. So like I feel like I've gotten through so much trauma in my life that I can't physically get. I'm emotional. Like obviously I take it out, but I take it out in an angry way instead of like a sad
Others.
way. Like I raise my voice, or I go straight into like fight mode, or I call it like press people. Like, I'll press you. Like that's what I feel
Yeah,
like.
I think I can see from the lack of a father. How old were you?
I was 19, but he was in prison my whole life.
Mhm.
But we just got a connection back after he got out. So when I was 17, he got out. When I was 19, he passed away, and we got really close within those 2 years.
You remind me of Bradley when I talked to Bradley Martin.
Martin?
Yeah, with his dad, died from drug overdose.
Yeah.
So-
That's what they were.
it's the same thing, bro. And like with him, I talked about it's like a need to feel like you have to be this tough guy because maybe a lack of a father figure or just it can bring out anger because you feel like maybe why me? Why did this have to happen to me? Or this that lack of a father figure is so key. But like to let you know, to give you like that reassurance, bro, that you have a father figure in God, and He's a loving Father that loves you more than any physical father. More than I have a loving dad, but God loves me more than my dad could ever love me because it's
Yeah,
a
but
perfect
I've never
love.
thought of it like that.
You gotta
Like,
think
I've
your
always-
father, like, even though he's not like in here, like in human form, like his presence is still with you.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I
always.
get that. Like, if I look in the mirror and if I make like a smirk or I do any, it's just little stuff that I see. If I take a picture of myself or selfie or anything, and I see like a glimpse, it just like, it makes me think like, I don't want to be like how he was, as a person, but like it just like makes me think that like something's still there.
Yeah, like he's
Getting
still a father.
getting to like the root of the trauma, the fact that it's changed you into a person that has to be this like more so aggressive like guy, it shows me that you haven't fully like given it to God. Like you give the trauma to God to allow Him to change your heart. Romans 12:2 says, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." So when you go to God, there's an act of once you humble yourself before Him, you give Him your heart, you give Him your mind, you give Him your soul. It says you crucify yourself with Jesus on the cross, meaning you put on that on the you crucify your flesh to the cross, meaning your past, everything that makes you who you are, that agony, the trauma, whatever, you give it to God, and you put on this new front of being reborn again as a new creation in
But
Christ.
how do you do that?
You give it to Him. It's by. I mean, I'm not gonna say it happens overnight, but you go in a room and you tell Him, God, I have trauma. You have to be real with yourself and be real with God, realizing that you have trauma that's unhealed, that you've been through a lot, and you can get angry with God too, bro. God understands your heart. But when you give it to Him at the foot of the cross and you say, God, I want you to transform my heart, you ask Him to come into your life, into every being. God, renew my spirit. Forgive me for my past. Heal me from my past. God, I need Jesus in my life. I want to be forgiven. I accept the blood of Christ. I accept that I can be seen as a new creation. And you pray that vocally, declaring it with your mouth, because there's power in your words,
Maybe you should
bro.
just let your frustrations out to God and stop taking it out on others.
Well, what if, like, say I were to do that, right? And I was going to church every day, and I changed my whole life around to be a
You don't
Christian.
got to go to church, bro.
Yeah.
Or if I don't go to church, say I don't, or I go like every now and then, whatever. Like I still have needs as a guy, like sexual needs.
Yeah, I figured this.
I
was
can't
They're
gonna-
not needs,
I knew
man.
this. I knew this
They're
was
not-
gonna come
yeah.
up.
They're
No
not
offense, but I
needs,
have
I
to
knew
have
it's
sex.
word
Like,
for
there's-
word.
Okay,
This
okay,
And it's
okay. Hear
so
me out.
bad,
Look,
but-
listen. First off, they're wants. They're not a need, necessity. God didn't make like you have to have sex to live as a human being. But I'm saying, yeah, but that is an awesome
Are you
thing. Sex
sure?
is.
I'll be real with you. I
Yeah,
don't like
it
waking
will,
up with
you know
a puddle
what?
in my
Having sex is the
pants.
first commandment God gave His creation was to procreate, right? But the thing is, like,
What
I'm
about
not-
Adam and Eve? They just get to hit it off and crack
Okay,
all
yeah.
night long. And how's that fair to me?
I'm not. No, bro. You gotta realize, bro. God loves you and He wants you to experience it, but in a boundary where it's the woman that you want to spend the rest of your life with, for sure. But I'm not saying like you have to do this checklist. Oh, if I declare this prayer that Alex is telling me to do, and I give my life to Jesus, I have to wake up the next morning and make sure I don't cuss, I don't do whatever, I don't do this, I do all. If you look at it like that, you're looking at the wrong way. So when I tried telling you guys that one time,
Soul
That's
ties.
exactly how I would look at it, though. Like,
No,
We're talking about
this-
soul
I need to
ties and
stop
stuff
doing
about
this,
how
this.
when you have sex with a woman, like you're
connected.
God pretty much marries you guys.
Listen,
There's
this,
so many girls that I've, done stuff with, and I have not one soul tie. I can care less about them.
Yeah, I understand. I believe that. But I'm saying, bro, when you wake up after this prayer, whatever it is, this checklist that you might see that says I have to do this, I have to go to church, I have to pray, this. When you look at that, realize that you will never be that. It points you to the man on the cross who did do that, which is Jesus.
So
it's
Jesus
not.
was having sex.
You're no, bro. No, you're putting.
No, no.
You're putting
he
your
had a
faith
checklist.
in
Please clip
Jesus.
that.
Your heart will be transformed over time. It's not a checklist, right?
God.
Okay, look. God loves you, bro. I use this analogy like the fire pit thing, right? A fire. Okay, say we're in the woods, we're camping, right? We build a bonfire. It can purify water for us.
Some
it can
beer
cook
on the
food.
side.
We can vibe.
Little Coronas. Or is
Yeah.
that a sin?
Yes. No, bro. Okay. We're getting off
What's
track. Listen to
wine?
me. Listen to me.
Wine.
Dial it in. Bonfire purifies, cleans, cooks. Right? It's in a fire pit. It's contained.
Mm-hmm.
If that fire goes out of the fire pit, it can lead to a forest fire, and it can
Uncontained.
destroy the whole forest. It is the same thing with any act of sin or whatever, any boundary. We'll say sex, for example. I told you about this. Sex and the fire in that relationship that God has for you, lifelong, right? There's love. There's procreation, having a child, having a family. It's in a safe environment. when it spills out into hookup culture, just having sex with anybody, it
That'd be
gets
kinda sick,
listen, STDs, unplanned pregnancies,
Scary.
losing yourself in somebody else, soul ties, all these things. Realize that God is not a cosmic killjoy. He wants you to enjoy something like such as good as sex. It's the most intimate act that a human being can have with another. He wants you to enjoy it, but in a committed relationship where you're with this person for the rest of your life, right?
Yeah.
So-
So you're committed to them. Why do you have to be married to them to have sex with them?
So this is okay. This is a whole nother topic. So when we talk about the
Bro,
whole,
this is why I just let him ask questions because he just goes off on some dumb shit.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
no, that's not dumb. I'm curious. So
I
why can't I
understand.
have a girlfriend and only be committed to her and not have sex with other girls? But like
Yeah.
as a guy, like I like to like release
sexual tension.
sexual tension and pressure. Like I can't
I
lay
feel like
next
if
to you
you're
and
gonna
not have
sin
like.
and do that, just jack off.
No, I don't like jacking off.
Okay,
I
look,
enjoy
God
taking
don't
it
like
out
you
on
having
sex.
downtown.
Okay, I'm not saying sex is bad, but when you're like out, like you're trying to talk like just multiple girls, like you're saying over time, like why is it wrong for you to just go hook up with like random chicks? Like just
Oh, I know that's wrong. I just know
Okay.
that's wrong. I feel disgusting if I do that.
okay, then
Now I do. I
Yeah.
never was like that like 6 months ago. But now if I go on a bender and I, do stuff with multiple girls
yeah.
on like a trip, I don't know why he's looking like that because I'll call him out right now.
Go
Um,
ahead, bro. You wouldn't hurt my feelings.
And then
I'll call you out right now.
I feel disgusting afterwards. Like
Yeah.
it's like ew, like I just did that. And it's like damn, I can't take it back now.
Yeah. So that
Then you gotta worry
that-
about STDs and getting girls pregnant and
yeah, that,
everything
that's
comes with
exactly what
it.
I'm saying. Yeah, because when it's out of that boundary is when it gets like dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And that act that's made for intimacy and like companionship is something that can like now ruin your life at a point, right?
The boys podcast is definitely coming out after this.
So
So, bro, I just want you to know, bro, that God loves you and He has a lot for you. Don't think of it as this checklist. Like, I have to wake up. I can't hook up with chicks. Like, realize, like, this, I'm just here to plant a seed. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do. That's between you and God. But all I ask that you would do is in the beginning, it's going to be like going to the gym. It's a discipline. The same way we build our physique by eating, sleeping, training hard, you build your spirit, which belongs to the Lord once you give it to Him. You build it by reading the Word, spending time in worship, in prayer, in fellowship, talking to other believers, maybe having someone like a mentor to speak life into you that's a Christian. I'll even reach out to you, make sure, see how you're doing, and realize that it's a thing that happens over time. This does not happen overnight. God has worked on multiple things in my life that has taken years to get better at, and it's an act of maturing in your faith, but realize it's about progress, not perfection. You'll never be perfect. The man who is perfect is Jesus. So you put your faith in Him because He was perfect. So you can be seen as perfect when God goes to judge you one day.
how was Jesus perfect though compared to everybody else? Like
He
how is
lived
he any
a- he-
different from everybody else?
He
if he's
lived.
not any better.
He had no sin. He lived. So in the Old Testament, right? So like a lot of like Israelites, the Jews, it says the life of the flesh is in the blood. Do you understand? Like, what you ever heard of atonement? An atonement, like let's say you made a crime and then I go to you have a bail in order to be set free and I pay that bail.
Yeah.
In a sense, it's like an atonement. So like the Jews, when they would sin, to go in the presence of God, they would
It was
have to
the
have an
sheep.
atonement. They'd have to have like a sacrifice of
I
blood,
remember you speaking
right?
about that.
Because almost in the sense, like the way I would, like the death of that animal will give a little bit of life to your flesh. So you're seeing that blood purifies you. Because when you sin, you die. Your flesh, you literally, your spirit is dying when you sin.
And you said the first atonement was Jesus set David. Who was it?
What?
You were telling me about how he had to climb a mountain. With
Oh,
his
that's the
kid,
story of Abraham and Isaac. Yeah, it was
Abraham and
foreshadowing
Isaac.
the
Okay,
resurrection.
yeah.
Or the foreshadowing
and
Jesus.
he had to
It's like
do that
Adam
for
and
his
Steve.
son. He
Yeah.
was being told to do it for his son, but
Yeah.
the second he went to push him,
They
a
gave a
sheep
sacrifice.
came
He said God will provide, and
Yeah.
God gave a sacrifice. They would give, like, they would go to an altar and give a sacrifice to the Lord because it would kind of cover their sin. So there's an act of atonement because God is a righteous God, as so is our society. That's what I'm saying. If you run into somebody, right? If you like hurt somebody running into the car and you're on a trial, whatever for it,
Yeah.
if they give you like 10K, you have to pay. I would make it. This is how you should see it. Jesus comes in, He pays that 10K so that you're set free. You don't have to go to jail to spend the
And
time.
no debt.
Because He did it for you.
Where's that coming from?
What?
I need 10K.
Jesus is your.
You're a clown.
I can say a prayer.
It's
get 10
spiritual.
bands.
Look, so I'm saying, when you sin, you separate yourself from God.
Oh, we're not talking about physical money.
No.
No,
I'm
he's
giving
trying
a
to make a
relationship of
freaking
how Jesus acts as a
analogy, bro.
mediator.
I got it. Yeah, I
Right?
understand. I understand what you're talking
So-
about. I
He
thought-
bless you though.
He can. That happened to me recently. God's blessed me
Help out,
financially.
man. Hold up.
But I
Help
chose
me
to give to Him. He blessed me more. But what I'm getting back to is that sin. This is the easiest way to explain it. Sin separates you from God. When in Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, when sin came into this world, it separated us from the Creator, the one who created us, because He is so pure and holy, He cannot be in the presence of those who are not holy. So what happened is there had to be an atonement for the
But
sin
he
of
was
humanity.
though. He was in telling them Bible verses and stuff.
He
I
was?
seen it in the movie. Jesus walked around and was preaching to everybody.
Yeah, so God came in the form of a man, right? God loves you so much, and loves
So
us so
Jesus
much.
is God.
Yes.
His spirit.
Yes, it's God in the flesh, right? So there had to be an atonement. If God loves us, He wanted to give us a second chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because He saw that we could not live the way that we were supposed to live. We fell into sin out of our own free will. He says, I love you guys. I want to be with you. So He came in the form of a man. Because He's a just God, there has to be someone who pays the bail.
Yeah.
Someone has to pay that 10K, right? So God said, I'll pay it. He comes in the form of a man to live a life of purity, goes through every temptation we all endure, every single emotion we've ever endured, never felt a temptation. He's pure, and His blood is spotless, and He dies so that is the ultimate atonement. God Himself, the creator of the universe, took the atonement for our sin. So when we put our faith in the man who did not sin, we are seen as a man who has not sinned.
And God did
Okay,
that
makes
in the
sense?
form
One question.
of Jesus.
What if you're saying all this, right?
Mhm.
And say Jesus was just like some guy that got into like the psychedelics, wrote a
Yeah.
book, and then started just lying.
Got you, 100%.
Like what if
Great.
it was like that?
Watch, okay, first off,
Not
watch.
saying there is.
Yeah,
and no
no,
disrespect,
great question.
but
It's not disrespectful.
I'm just like what if?
I've looked into this as well, bro. Trust me. I
But
used to
I
have
believe in
mine.
it heavy because I'm very big on psychedelics. I love psychedelics. I'm not
awesome.
gonna say what kind. I like watching conspiracies
Yeah.
when I'm doing psychedelics, and it just makes me focus and like just open my mind a little bit.
I personally don't dabble, but let me tell you. So I used to think the same thing. Like either this Jesus guy is like a psychopath,
Mhm.
and he's just like had a cult who followed him or whatever, or it's either that's the case or he actually is God in the flesh. Who else can resurrect from the dead but God? Right? So then we look at this is the whole foundation of Christianity. Lies. Did Jesus
he had
Christ?
a reboot card.
Huh?
He had a reboot
Bro.
card.
He's a guru. yo.
I'm
I love you, though. I really
take
do
it
love you.
serious.
No,
You
I
can't.
mean,
We
it
can have
adds,
normal
No,
conversation.
No, I
it's
still
just a
love him,
joke,
though.
but I know it's serious. I love
Right.
that movie though because it
So-
made me understand the whole everything that happened. So remember how he came back to life? What was it called again?
Resurrection.
Resurrected after the 3 days, right?
yeah.
So
you're saying if
put
he
it in
was-
perspective instead of reading the Bible.
Yeah. Well, let me explain. So if this is how I know that Jesus is who He said He is, and why this is the most important question that any human being will ask themselves is, will I put my faith in Jesus Christ of Nazareth? Historically speaking, right? If I was to tell you, like, how do we know Abraham Lincoln died? He got?
In history.
He got shot in the head.
Did
but
you
it only
see
hit
it?
his hat though.
Okay, did you see it?
Nope.
No.
How do we know?
The
History?
past.
'Cause there's a movie about it.
Primary resources, first-hand accounts, eyewitness testimonies,
history.
But
right?
who's the
Yeah.
eyewitness? That was forever ago.
Well, they're documented in the times. People documented things, right? Historians, they document.
Okay, same as BC, so before Christ. How do people know that's real? Like same as
Same way.
Egyptians and
It's bro. This stuff has been documented throughout history through on paper since there's writing in these languages, bro. Through letters, through government documents, all
It's
these
all.
things.
It's all like
do you believe
decoded.
the pyramids were built by like the Lord?
Brother.
Not people, not like thousands of people. I don't
like
believe that.
pharaohs and stuff like that.
I don't
you think it was
think-
made by God, not the Lord, but gods.
Like yeah,
I guess
like,
that's what he's talking
like
about.
gods,
I don't know.
like literally gods.
It's two
I-
different. That's
I
that's
believe that they
different
were made-
gods.
Egypt was one of those places that just had the most insane amount of number of slaves that they could 100% had that happen.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, they were building. What was it, 25,000 a day, or an hour, or something like that of the big
It
old.
was some
bricks.
freaking
Alright.
psychotic.
Oh, we're
shit,
getting
like,
off topic.
Off
We're-
topic.
it's
Going back to the
off topic,
psychedelic
different
thing.
God.
All right, back
right?
to psychedelics.
I wanna
My
explain to
type
you.
of conversation.
So I'd recommend to watch The Case for Christ. It's a true story of this atheist who becomes a Christian by trying to disprove the
What's
resurrection.
it called?
The Case for Christ.
The case of
His
Christ?
wife started becoming a Christian.
that
He was
sounds
like,
good.
he was like, I don't want to become. He got mad that she was becoming a Christian because he was such a devout atheist. So he was a journalist. He went on a series, like a whole thing, talking to psychologists, historians to disprove the resurrection. Along his journey of trying to disprove it, he was like, his conclusion was it takes just as much faith to be an atheist as it does to be a Christian. He took the step towards a Christian. Now he's a pastor. But going to this, so understand me. So he's a pastor now. It's it's
Sick.
an insane testimony. But imagine being like, this is the way I thought about it that helped me get past this. First, there's hundreds of eyewitness testimonies documenting the man Jesus Christ of Nazareth, right? Documenting this man who claimed to be these things, and there's also eyewitness testimonies documenting that they saw him after his death on the cross. Imagine we were like a disciple of Jesus, like one of the 12, right?
Yeah.
And we were worshiping this man who was telling us that he was God in the flesh, saying that he was going to die and resurrect, right? We'd probably be like, okay, that's kind of wild, but I guess we're going to put our faith in you. And let's say that we saw this man hanging on a cross, dead.
Why'd they do that to him?
Why'd they kill him?
Yeah.
Because he was speaking. The Pharisees.
speaking
There's a
the
lot of
truth.
reasons. First off, it was his destiny to happen. This was all meant to be, to have the atonement. But Pharisees, he taught in a different way to where he challenged a lot of powerful people at that time in the way they spoke.
Kind of like what he was
And-
saying, like psychedelics, people thinking that he was some batshit crazy dude, but he was speaking the truth. Kind of how government is
It's
today,
just-
they hush people.
Yeah, I guess we'll say
In a
that's
sense,
easy way to
analogy.
Oh,
understand
that's
it.
actually pretty good.
Analogy-wise.
Yeah. So let's say you're a disciple, you see him hanging on the cross. You're like, okay, this is weird, but like I have faith he's going to come back because he told me he will. And as a disciple, realize that you're also being persecuted because
Yeah, what
everybody
happened to
saw you
the-
with him, right?
Yeah,
so
what
you're about to
happened
get
to those
killed.
guys?
You're about to get killed next. Listen, imagine you're still in the shoes of the disciple right now.
Yeah.
3 days pass. Jesus did not come out of the tomb. He's still dead. I personally am going to hide and get as far as I can because I don't want to die. And I'll be like, dang, I followed a man who was crazy, lying, a capper. So I'm going to hide
capper,
because I'm not
Jesus?
trying to
Oh.
also like die, right? But let's say, third day, this man appears to me in the upper room along with hundreds of other believers. And he appears to me, and I could see the holes in his hands. And I'm like, he's here. He's in front of me. As hundreds are seeing this, it's not just like one person. If you were that disciple and you saw the risen Christ, personally, I will die for him. I will go to the ends of the earth, telling everybody that this man is the Lamb of God, that he died for our sins, and that he is who he said he was, and I would die for it. I don't care what way I would die for it, because I would know that I would be with him in the afterlife. Every single disciple did just that. They went to the ends of the universe, a lot of them dying really harsh martyr deaths. One of them was crucified upside down because he felt he wasn't worthy to die the same way Jesus was. How else would you have the urge to do that, to become the biggest religion in the
true.
world, unless you saw the risen man of Jesus? I believe if Jesus died at the cross and he was fake, he never came back, Christianity would have died right there. That whole movement would have been
Yeah.
dead at the start.
I'm right there with
Something
you.
had to have happened. People had to have seen the
So
risen
where
Christ.
where did the 13 disciples go whenever he was
So
being resurrected?
Jesus basically, he gives them the Holy Spirit, which is another essence of God.
They lived out.
Right? And basically tells them it's our job as disciples to preach the gospel.
One was a traitor.
Yeah, Judas. Yeah. Judas
What
was a
was his name?
betrayer. Judas.
Judas.
He sounds like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Sound like a traitor.
But okay,
Shit.
so
Why
our
did he get
job as disciples and
resurrected?
what Jesus commanded was to preach the good news, was to tell the good news to all of the world so that we can save as many people and bring them to the Lord, because the act has already happened. The atonement has been made. We just have to get people to realize that the atonement has been made, to put our faith in the man who made the atonement, and you're set free in Christ. You're seen as new creation. When you die, you will be with God. There's nothing that you have to do to be with God other than put your faith in the man who already did
That's
all the
kind of
hard
like
work.
what's the damn people that ride around on the bikes?
Bike cops.
Spread the I guess
Delivery,
spread the word of Jesus.
paper boy.
No,
I don't know.
you know what I'm talking about?
Hell's Angels.
No, bro, be for real.
Badass.
Jehovah's
Damn.
Witness.
Yeah, the witnesses, bro.
Okay, that's a whole
Oh,
nother.
dude.
You
Them.
I don't
send that
know,
to
bro.
your ex's house. After
Yes.
they do you dirty, you just send the Jehovah's
Yes, dude, my
Witness.
dad was a part of that when
Really?
he was younger. His mom was heavy in
How do you
church
do
and
that?
stuff, and they show up to the house all the time. My dad's like, "Bro, I've been out of this shit for so long." They don't.
That's
He's like,
a-
I tell them not to come back. And
That's
they
a whole
come
other
back.
sect of Christianity that
But I'm
I
saying
like
in a
don't rock
sense,
with
it's like
a
kind
little
of the
bit.
same way. Like they just spread the word of Jesus.
Yeah, there are some key doctrine issues compared, but I won't get into that's.
No,
a
I
whole
know
nother
it's two
story.
When
different
did you
things, I'm
first
just
start
saying, analogy
believing
again.
heavy in Christianity?
2020 is when I really started. End of 2019 is when I started
you're telling
getting
me
into
you've been-
worship.
Head in the Bible. No sins.
No, bro.
Great guy.
No.
All from
No one is
20
good.
Everybody sins.
No one is good.
and
I
nobody's
sin.
Perfect.
I sin. I put my faith in the one who has no sin, and I allow him to over time try and change my heart so I can be more like him. I want to be more like Jesus every day.
Why you
It
compare
takes time.
yourself to another person?
It's not compare. I'm not comparing myself to nobody. It's I have the perfect role model, Jesus, and I want to be more like him. I realize I will never be like him. That is impossible. But knowing
Yeah.
the love that he has for me, I love him so much that I want to be that for him. I want to crucify myself with him. I want to be crucified with Christ because he did it for me.
And crucified, you want to like die?
When I say that, I mean, if it comes to
He
that,
would die for Jesus.
if it comes to that, yeah, but I mean, crucifying your body is flesh and spirit, right? Your flesh desires what the flesh desires. Worldly things, women, like whatever these things,
Sex.
right? Your spirit desires a relationship with
Alcohol.
God, bro.
Pause. Hold up. So you telling me, if some random guy walks up and said, "I am Jesus Lord Christ. I'm gonna kill you right now," you're gonna be like, "Kill me."
No, bro.
no.
On some
So what does
realistic
that
shit,
mean?
bro.
So how do you?
No.
How would you die before?
I'm
how
saying
would you
if
die
if
for
I get
Jesus?
condemned, bro, Christianity is one of the most persecuted religions in the world, regardless of what anybody says. Christians are persecuted more than any other religion, okay, in this world, over in other countries, where they die for it. They die for it. If someone pointed a gun at me, said, "Renounce your faith in Jesus Christ, or I will kill you," or if I was being persecuted for it, I will never renounce the man who saved my soul. I would let him kill me. But I don't mean by that. I'm saying
What does it mean
crucifying
renounce your
yourself.
faith? Like, say
Huh?
a guy had a gun
Like
to you saying, "Renounce
making
your-"
him try to believe something that he doesn't believe in.
Make me declare that my Lord isn't my Lord. I wouldn't do
Oh,
it.
that's nutty, dude.
But I'm saying, when I
I
say
ain't gonna lie to
crucify
you.
your flesh, I'm not saying that you have to do that. I'm saying that it's the thing of realizing that your body is flesh and spirit. Your flesh desires what is contrary to the spirit. When you walk with God, like I said, like when you work out in the gym, when you're spending time with Him, when you're praying, when you're fellowshipping, you're working on your relationship with the Lord, you build up your spirit, right?
Mhm.
That part of your flesh, we're still on earth. Our flesh is still there. We always have to fight against it. The more we build up our spirit, the more we're willing and able to fight against your flesh. But when I like pray a lot, I say, God, help me to crucify myself with you today. Help me to pick up my cross and follow you. Meaning, let me submit my flesh, my desires, my want for money, for all these materialistic things. Let me submit that to you today and help me to walk in the spirit. Help me to walk in the way that you would walk. That's how I pray.
Wait, say that
right?
again.
It's
Say
like-
the last part, the money part. Say that little sentence again. I think of that one.
What? What did I say?
Submit my money.
Let me submit like my
in a
flesh.
way that he would walk. Like
Meaning, I want to crucify my flesh with you, Lord, today. Meaning, my flesh, what my flesh desires, kill it. Let it die within me so that I can live by my spirit today.
Okay, what
your
about-
flesh desires Louis Vuitton, sex, money,
No,
Yeah.
Louis
Drugs,
Vuitton is an
alcohol,
overstatement, brother.
yeah.
I have 2 pairs of shoes from them. That's it, and a
and some
shirt.
shirts. And
Okay.
I'm
That's
saying designer and
irrelevant.
stuff. Like your flesh wants that, but the Lord wants you to want more than that for yourself.
Yes, exactly.
I just like nice things. I think
It's
There's
not.
nothing
It's
wrong
not
with
bad
that.
to
There's
have. I'm not
nothing
saying
wrong with
like
that.
people sometimes bash because I like cars, right? Whatever. And they'll say like, "Oh,
I
how
bash
are you
you?
gonna be a Christian?"
No
Huh?
people.
like,
he's
oh,
saying.
I think
No,
so.
people in general. But
Oh.
it's not bad to have these things. I'm saying when it becomes your God, when sex becomes your God, you can't be away from it. When cars become your God, you find all your validation and security in what car you drive. The money, your status in life becomes your God. This is where you get your validation from. When that happens,
I could definitely
God
see that.
doesn't want that. God doesn't want that for you. I'm not saying it's bad, bro. I have a lot of money, right? But I would give it all up for God if I had to, because He fulfills me more than, bro. I'm telling you right now, I made. This is not to get into that because like I hate even talking about this, but I'll tell you right now, I made more money last year than I did than my dad has probably made in almost his entire life, and I was. It doesn't mean anything. It
Yeah.
means nothing, bro. I'm more satisfied in the presence of God than any amount of whatever amount of dollars I can make.
God told me last night.
swear to you by that.
you
Like,
need
'cause
to
I know
give
you
me
guys-
half of it.
Huh?
So God told
Yeah.
me last night, like you need to give me half your
Oh
money.
yeah,
In
Did he?
order, yeah,
let me get proof.
yeah. Really, you should just split it.
But I know you guys are like young men and you're trying to make a living, and that's so good. And that God wants you to. But when you put Him first, your life will change. I'm telling you. When you put Him first in everything,
Hold
So
on.
you tell me I
Hold
put
on,
God
pause
first. You tell me I don't care about that damn podcast. You tell me I put God first, and I'll make all the money in the world that I want to make.
no, bro, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Well,
that.
what the hell then? I need
No,
to be.
no.
He's not
no.
trying to say like risk your life for God because you gain from it or benefit from it. He's saying do it because the Lord would want you to. And
You'll find more fulfillment in a relationship with God. I'm telling you right now, because I have the money already, right? I've been through it all, and I'm telling you, like man to man, it doesn't mean shit. It makes me have no extra validation. I feel more satisfied with my guitar in my bathroom worshiping the Creator who has saved me. That's where I feel happy. That's where I feel like I have joy. It's the fruit of the Spirit. I feel loved. That fulfills you. You might think because you might have not had like all like the whatever, all the cars you want. I could buy whatever, right? And like it's cool for the moment. It might satisfy you temporarily, but it says, this is the woman at the well. This is in the Bible. It's a fleeting desire, meaning you will be thirstier. It's like drinking salt water, right? You ever like grind for camos in Call of Duty or something, or like
Drinking
grind for a
Dasani,
rank?
bro.
After you hit that rank, it's like, okay, now what's next? Okay, diamond on all guns, cool. I get it. Okay, what's next?
Okay, yeah. So I'm looking at it.
It's
as
drinking
my-
salt water. You will be thirsty for the rest of your life. When you drink from Jesus, everlasting life, you will never be thirsty again. This is Jesus talking to the woman at the well, the Samaritan
Purifying
woman at the well.
yourself.
I was thinking as a like, because whenever I get sad or if I'm really depressed or down, I tend to always buy something really expensive,
Yeah.
whether it's
That's what I did with these.
a freaking dirt bike, a car, or if I can't afford that, that'd be cool. But I'd say that my next one, I feel like it was gonna be a truck.
There's a
And-
Rolex.
Oh yeah, screw that thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm really good for like 3 months, and then it just slowly just
It becomes
like,
nothing.
becomes
yeah.
like I don't really care about it
Exactly.
anymore.
That's what I'm telling you. It's for it is you will it's drinking
So how do you get past that?
salt. You
I'm not drinking
follow-
salt water, dude.
Follow
You follow
God.
God.
Oh, so
You
don't have to
drink
salt
from
water?
the Lord rather than drink from the world.
So no salt water.
Huh?
Bro, I brought my
Don't
first
drink salt
Rolex
water?
2 years ago, and I'd rather go around without a watch now. at this
Yeah.
point. I don't even care.
Oh, dude, you're crazy as hell.
I just don't care.
I like
it.
it.
It means nothing to me anymore. Like, yeah, it's an investment.
It
At the end
looks
of the day, I
good.
feel like it holds.
Bro, I bought a fake one. My
You
AP,
can- bro, you
I
can
have is. I don't care even saying that. I have a fake AP. I be wearing because I love the way it looks.
Yeah, they
Brokey,
look
Like,
what color's your
To me,
Bugatti?
could I get a real one? Yeah. Why would I spend that money on something for other people to see me as a more value? Like for me,
At the end of the day,
Royal
well,
Oak is my
investment.
favorite watch. I've always loved how yeah.
It's an
investment
investment.
I would just say
You
investment,
look at
that'd be
yourself
the
like,
only
damn,
reason.
that looks good on me. That's two good reasons. If you just look at yourself like, I like the way that looks on me, or you can invest it. You can flip it for money, or you can trade it, or you know, loan it, whatever you gotta
Yeah.
do. I mean, there's multiple ways of why you'd spend that much money on. a
Okay, I get
watch.
that from like a financial standpoint for sure, but I'm saying in terms of the whole saltwater versus drinking from the Lord, if you're always if you're like we think of like purpose in life to become a man, whatever it is, to make more money, to support whatever it is. If you're just going through life and the thing that's like motivating you is just because you want to buy this thing or this thing or this thing, that's good if it's going to make you get to that point. But just realize that it's going to be a fleeting desire and it's drinking salt water. You will want more and more unless you have God in your life. And this is why I say everything builds off of that. When you submit everything to the Lord, first off, I believe He will bless it. I'm not saying it's going to instantly be successful or whatever and it's going to make you more money, but realize that He will change your heart and your perspective to love what He loves and to seek the things that He seeks. And everything that comes after that is just whatever. It's extra. If I make a lot this year, I don't care. If I make a little bit this year, I don't care because I have God.
Yeah.
And I've realized, especially the last year when I made so much,
You
that
say
He
until
is
you
the only
start
thing that keeps
paying that
me.
gas money.
Do what?
All them cars, the gas money's gonna come rolling in.
Where
You
did
say
this
you
come
don't care
from?
about money.
I don't care about money anymore.
Bro.
Okay, what if you went broke
I
tomorrow?
feel like he just skips over the point.
I'm listening to the point.
No,
I'm
I-
If
just
he
like-
goes broke tomorrow, he's gonna do something. To,
First off, I'll make it back. I know I'll find a way to make
Yeah,
it
like-
back. I'm not
Yeah.
worried about that at all. But I believe that God will always provide. But I do believe that God will bless things, bro. Like recently, I started tithing, and I asked God. I saw God move so much in this, and I always struggled with that. And the one part God tells you to basically test Him. He says, "Test me with like the tithe, and see if I do not pour out the floodgates, if the
What do you mean
floodgates of heaven."
tithe? Like,
It's like giving 10% of your income to God, to the church. So I tested God. I was like, all right, like I'm going to do this month. I'm testing you. I need help to get
Yeah.
past this,
I
right?
do not want to get rid of my money, but
Yeah. I said,
gonna
I'm
find
testing you,
out.
God. I'm going to have faith that you will, not that just you will reward me, but whether it's any other reward, maybe it's not financial, but I don't know. And then, bro,
Maybe
within
it's
30
love.
days, I got a brand deal that made me
Enough.
1.5 times what I paid came in, and it's just wild because it's made no sense that I've been blessed more with brand deals like this year than I ever have, even though last year was like my best year analytic wise.
and you don't think you have to change managers or anything? Like,
No.
you know, a bigger company or something like that?
Bro, I asked God, and God provided. He blessed me with more than I asked. I was God. I'm gonna test you on this. I'm gonna start giving because
So-
I struggled with it for a minute.
If I were to drop OnlyFans tomorrow, right? You think I would replace that with another entity, whether it's
You know, I think you should drop it. Honestly, not even just related to God. I think it'll make you a man who wants to be more
Yeah.
motivated to do something in life. I really do. It'll
Yeah,
give
because
you.
I'm not gonna have as much money.
Exactly.
No, well, like me doing it, like every time that I even like take a picture or something, I'm like, dude, like, why am I doing this shit? Like,
I'd
like,
say the same thing, dude. Sorry.
I just I don't know. I
Sorry,
question
man.
myself.
I think you should, bro. It'll make you find something that
I feel
actually
so
has
much
like
happier without it. Like and
longevity.
The money's nice, but like it's just
There's a
not-
way to have impact, money, and fulfillment through God in life, but you have to put Him first so He can guide you along that path. You just have to trust
Dude,
in Him,
that's-
bro.
That's a good little chunk of money we're talking about a month. Like, just to stop getting every month.
Bro, I'm not telling you like what you have to, or that's between you and God. You should pray about it, talk to Him about
Like,
it.
he
That's
said
not
he's
for me to
giving you
decide.
check marks.
But
Like, God doesn't give you check marks. It's
I
all
believe
for
if you really try to seek Him, like if you start trying to actively seek Him,
I think the only thing I can really do right now is pray more and switch up my prayers more. And like, cause you open my mind a lot to like what to more pray about. You know, like how to say it without just like being like, give me money. Amen.
I think God understands it no matter how you
But-
say it. Like he reads your mind. Like
I'm not
you
gonna
even
lie to
physically
you.
have
Knows
to
your
speak to him.
As I am right now in life, like money, I'm not making as much money as I was like 8 months ago. Cause I've lost the energy. Like I've lost like energy in my body. Like I crash out all the time. I'm just like so
We know.
down.
that's me.
Like,
Bro.
that's what I would pray
understand what you're
for.
saying, but that's to me is all excuse stuff. You have the power and the control to make more out of yourself, and it's in you. You just have to like realize like that's your doing.
Like mind over matter, just do it.
Yeah, it's this, bro. That goes for the gym. It goes for business. It goes for your relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I really don't want to read the Bible whatsoever. I think it's boring at times. I still do it. Once I start doing it, I'm like, I love this. This is. I actually feel
Yeah,
really
like,
freed in
dude,
this
I hate
moment.
reading, but like once I start getting into it, like I'll just keep going.
It's a discipline, bro. Everything in life is discipline based. So that's you have like the willpower to do it, and that's why I said like, I'm not gonna tell you that you have to quit something like OnlyFans. I'm just saying that it might put something in you to be like, all right, I have to actually like
Like the money's not
turn
there.
up, be a
So
man.
you gotta
Let me-
figure something up. Like it might make you not feel so lazy. Cause dude, you know how easy it is to go take a picture, post it, or go jack off, post a video, and then sell it for 20 bands. Like
Well, that'd be
You
sick.
have to
20
work.
bands would be nuts.
what I'm saying, you have
no,
Be
no,
for real
bro,
for 2
no.
seconds.
I'm just saying, like 20 bands would be cool as hell.
Yeah,
Just
but,
no
like,
pun
bro.
intended. That'd be nuts. Yeah, that'd be
What?
funny.
And the 20 bands, what are you gonna go buy?
20 bands?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. I put in my checkings account.
Okay, but like, why'd you be like, oh, like that?
That'd be dope. Like just to
20
stroke,
bands is 20 bands.
just to freaking wrestle with a chicken a little bit.
Oh, bro. Okay.
But
Okay,
this isn't
alright,
my
my
place.
point
No,
is like so like with
Okay.
brand deals and stuff, you have to like
But-
make a YouTube video. You got to post TikToks. You got to post 3 times a month. Like maybe that would give you drive to want to actually get up and be like, oh shit, well I got to do this for them today, so I'm gonna get up and take a shower at 8. eat
See,
my
that's what I
breakfast,
want to
and
do.
go.
I'd rather get into that
Tell him
lifestyle
every
rather
morning,
than.
bro.
Okay, no, you're not.
God will replace it with
bro.
something else too.
When I get up,
The money, he will find.
Telling you, bro. He will take that as almost a sacrifice unto him, and he will bless you for it. I really do believe that.
You can double it. You can double it.
I'm telling you, bro.
So seriously.
Dude,
Dude.
I don't know, man. That's a hard one. That's a really hard one to get me to stop. That's what made me quit my first job was really OnlyFans.
If
Me
the money's
too.
what's
That's the
motivating
same
you,
thing,
like I
but it is
understand
the
it,
money that's
but I
motivating
think
me.
God will always provide, bro. And I think he does. He loves his children, and he does reward the way a good father would reward. Like when I got straight A's on my report card, my dad would give me like $200 in high school, right? The way a loving father rewards, that's how God is. I believe, honestly, because I've stayed true about my faith to the God. It hasn't been a perfect faith, but since I've started, you can go all the way back to like 2020 on my socials. I posted about God to this day, and He has blessed me. Not saying that this means anything, but the financial aspect, He has covered for the rest of my life for me. I'm not saying that it gives me any more self-worth or any more meaning, but He has taken care of me. Whereas at some points, I used to be afraid that it would hinder my progress. I chose to not care about it, and I chose to have a balance between making content, making a living, and making an impact on a world, to be selfless, to serve others. And I think He has been able to bless me through that, and that's why I've been able to be at a point where I've, honestly, bro, in my industry, I've done better than
everybody.
yeah,
and
and
your
like
age,
while staying true to myself. I didn't have to become someone I'm not. A lot of people have to become someone they're not, but I stayed true to.
That's
to what
something
God
I
had
stand
for
on,
me.
bro. Like I will never change for the following. I'll never change for like anybody. Like I feel like if I stay myself, like, and that's one thing too, is like it's like your friends at home or anywhere really, like that you don't really hang out with anymore. They always think you change, but at the end of the day, you just kind of realize your self worth.
Yeah.
Like
So
I've never
you're maturing,
changed.
bro.
Yeah,
You're just
you're
becoming a more.
maturing, bro. I'm not
It's
trying to go all
already,
the time.
it's always been in you. It just takes some time to come out.
Yep.
It's always
Do you
been in
think,
I was
even though
waiting
you
for
pray,
a dirty joke to come out of his mouth.
even though you pray for it, that another opportunity comes up, say like a brand deal. So say, I'm not gonna say names, but like say like a big brand deal would come, and that comes, and then another one comes, and another one comes after that. Like you think that would, say my following, say just me as a social media, whatever I am. Do you have faith that that would happen if I was just quit OnlyFans? Because obviously that's like one of the biggest sins I do in my life, other than have sex or cuss. Or
As someone
drink.
being your best friend, like I completely believe in you, and
I think I
try
can
to
do
get
it.
you. Like, do I not?
Like, do you think I
every
would need
morning
help
try
with
to?
that? Like, do you know I would like need
Bro,
help, or I can do it myself?
Okay, dude. Honestly, like, I'm not gonna say that God is 100% guarantee is gonna bless you by you quitting OnlyFans. I'm not saying that. I do think He will bless it and honor it. Maybe not always financially, but maybe in a way where He literally gives you a sense of fulfillment that you have never had in your life. And I do believe He will open up other doorways that will allow you to maybe have opportunities that you need to act on yourself that will allow you to go to that. And me, just as someone who cares about you, like I'll help you in any way I can if you actually were to make something like a commitment like that, just as like
Almost took it out
extra.
of my bio the other day.
Like I would,
It's
if
so
you were to
much
do
money,
that,
dude.
just because I care about you and I care about those people who watch that type of stuff, that I would even help you make sure that you're making. Might not make all for it. Might take some time.
Everything
But-
takes time.
I think you
Pray about
you
it
have
tonight,
to
bro.
prove, bro. Like,
I'm
and
thinking
I
about
don't
it,
want
God.
no fucking help.
That's
like,
a hard one. You got
Pray
actually
about
like think about it though. Like that's been my biggest income
I
besides
understand.
TikTok Live or.
Like, but since I've had management, dude, like I didn't realize how much money there really was, and I hate that I fucking started doing management this year. If I'd have started this back in 2019, bro, I'd have so much freaking money. It's disgusting. Like, I would not have to do OnlyFans ever. I'd probably tripled what I made on OnlyFans. Seriously.
That's a lot of money, dude.
I understand
Brother.
that, bro. Dude, and I don't even care, bro. I just got offered $3,000 to go eat a fucking Culver's burger. Or not Culver's, but Carl's Jr.
And did you do it?
No, it was like 3.5 hours away.
There
Like,
you
driving
go.
3.5 hours.
I did it. That's one startup, bro. That's 3 bands you can just spend.
It'd be
Or save.
different, but
I think you should pray tonight. Like really spend a lot of like closed doors. Like really talk to God, and ask like. I don't know.
It's
It's up to you. If this isn't something that you want, everything I'm saying is just going over your head.
No,
It doesn't
'cause
seem
what
like
I
you
want
would be
as a-
interested.
you gotta
As a
show that
social
you
media
want it, though.
influencer, I'd rather spend my day taking pictures or videos or going live or promoting something very, very strong or promoting multiple things very strong rather than worrying about, because I don't really care about, I haven't had subs on there. Rather than going my OnlyFans and taking out money or seeing how much I've made and being proud of that and be like, no, I can't make, I don't know.
I just hate like having to look at like what I'm making a month, like because it's not always the same. But like regardless of that,
Stop looking at it. That's what
yeah,
did.
like
I look
I just
at
don't want that to be an issue. Like I just want to be comfortable, but still be making more than what I should be making. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, to where like I'm gonna be okay and I'm gonna be set in life,
Mhm.
but still love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And love promoting the people that I'm promoting. You know, I want to have a bond with them. I want to have a connection with them, and I want to know that everything will be all right, no matter what. Like whether we do have a fallout, like I want to be cool. You know, like that's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
Is I wouldn't say validation because I don't give a fuck, but I do like knowing that.
I do.
That sense
I mean,
is
I
there.
care what people think about me. 100%.
No, I do, but like in a sense,
Why?
you can't be
Huh?
validated.
No,
by
not in a
you have
bad
to
way. Like I
validate
care
yourself
if like
before you
I
worry
care
about
if like
other
if I
people.
hurt someone, how would they react to that? Or how would they feel if I said something?
But that's
Yeah.
you validating
Like, but I think-
yourself.
I think no, it's not. It's me
Yes.
validating someone else's feelings towards me. Like
I'm
I don't
saying
want
you
them
should
to.
validate yourself before.
I don't want to have
worrying
to
about
hurt
that.
someone and then like hurt their feelings and then have to fix it afterwards. And I hate having the feelings of like begging someone to be okay with what I just did. That's not. Is that off topic?
No, I feel like all of this is kind of
It kind of
its
goes
own
together,
thing.
but bro, just I'm telling you, I mean, it's something you can think about and pray about. But just me as a friend, completely unrelated to religion. But if you guys were to drop something like that, I'll make sure you guys, I'll do what I
swear
can
to
do to
God,
make
I
sure
will
you
take
guys
it
would
out
be
of my
good.
bio right now.
Would be good, and it's in ways that I know that I can help. But I think it should also be a thing of like you're giving this to God, and it's a commitment, and it's something that like you're gonna allow Him to be. You're gonna be faithful to Him to see how He'll be faithful to you. I really believe that. So
Yeah,
That's
man,
what I
that's
think y'all
a
should do.
huge. That's not just like something small. It's a big commitment.
See that?
there you go.
It's that easy, bro. I really don't care.
You don't make money on it.
Yeah, I do. I
No,
make
you
like
don't.
$6K a month.
It's not making money, dude.
That's not a lot, but that's my
It's
bills
still
times
money,
3.
I mean, yeah, it's that, but like,
Like that's nothing but fuck you money,
no.
bro. I'm probably making like 10, 15 a month right now.
All right, let's comparing fucking
Yeah, I wouldn't
numbers.
do that.
let's, you
No,
know,
because it's
No,
like
I
a
mean,
big
that's-
jump.
I
I
understand. I
like,
understand
okay,
that.
so like from like
This
years
guy, bro.
prior, bro, I used to make a lot more than that.
yeah.
But I'm comfortable with saying that. Like, dude, there's grown adults that don't make that. We're 1%ers, and we sit on our ass at home. Like,
Yup.
I'm very proud to say that. Like, I don't care. I'm happy. I get to do what I want to do, and I appreciate that. Like, I'm lucky. Is that like a bad thing?
I
to
think
say?
I have a lot more potential to do.
Bro,
a
I
lot
swear to
more.
you, bro,
I feel like my
100%.
lifestyle, my life would be so much happier if I was
Since
just
I've met
boom,
both
boom,
of you,
going.
I can tell your mind's more, but like especially you, bro. Even at the gym, I know that God has a lot for both of you, and He's waiting for you guys to take that step of commitment towards Him.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen overnight. It's a daily commitment. I just ask you to pray every morning. God, help me to follow you today. I'm not perfect. I'm in need of a savior. I need you, Jesus, today. You just submit that to Him every morning. Try and walk in it. I'll reach out to you guys in any way that I can to help with ways you can kind of dive deeper into it. I'm not telling you have to make any decisions, any commitments, but I promise you that your life will change, and the stuff that you think that you're trying to chase for in life will not validate you the way that Jesus will. And then when you allow Him to come in your life like that, doors will be open, and He will take care of you always, as a good father does. He's a good father, bro. He's sovereign, and He's a good father, and He loves you. So, yeah.
I'll talk to you off the podcast
Yeah.
more about it. But
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be it for the podcast. It's probably been one of the longest ones, but it's a good talk.
that one opened my eyes up a lot, a lot of.
Actually, before we quit, you wanna make him cry?
You can't make me cry.
Bro, you just have to be. I'm not gonna force it on you. I was debating on how I was gonna go about it, but like,
He was plotting it the whole time. He wants to make you cry. So
I
bad.
was trying to get a vibe of where you're at with it. But like, I know He's already working on your heart. You just have to humble yourself before Him. Understand, like, you don't have to be this tough dude that you might feel like you have to because of the loss of your own father and that lack of a father figure in your life.
I've never really had like a dad figure.
I understand, but you have one. You have like the best dad in the world, and He's the creator, and He's literally on the other side of a prayer, and all you have to do is reach out to Him. He's more accessible than any other father that there is. You just have to accept it and realize like that He loves you and He wants what's best for you. And me even being in this circumstance, being here telling you this is me enough showing that God is working in your life and He's calling you to Him. By even me just the fact that I somehow ended up here, bro. Like,
Yeah,
so
it was just weird, dude.
just understand that, bro. Just pray about it.
Even that got me teary-eyed, bro.
Mhm.
That shit's
He
crazy.
loves
'Cause,
you,
dude,
bro.
No, you have two fathers. Like, whether you believe it or not, like, your dad is there, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's
Bro,
like, I feel
you
my
could-
grandparents with me, my great grandparents with me all the time.
Dude, I'm just telling. I don't know, bro. I just know for a fact, dude. Like, man, your testimony would be absolutely amazing, and God can work in you in so many ways, and you would make so much people proud, and you could save so many lives that could be lost.
Your voice will be heard.
You could. I'm telling you, bro. Just think about it. Just think about it. But like, all that stuff, you losing your dad. It sounds hard to say, but in a sense, bro, like this world is nothing, bro. In a way that can bring you closer to Him, it's a blessing.
And
You
a
see
lot of
things
people
in
have
life,
gone
like-
through that, dude. Like,
If
that's
He
a
controls
big
me
thing to
so
lot.
much, if He's able to help me out and lead me in the right path so easily or so much, how come when my dad passed, I just didn't care about not one thing? For like,
Why did you care about it?
I think
why
that
did
was
I
ju-
not care
I think
about
that was
anything?
You letting the devil talk
That's
to you.
you, bro. That's just you. You're allowing, yeah. I mean,
Like, I'm
you
proud-
have a
I did
decision to either
everything.
be positive through turmoil or be negative. And a lot of times the enemy will use negative
Oh, it's
moments in our
negative.
lives to bring us away from God. But I'm telling you, when you choose to follow God more, when storms come your way and you choose to keep your eyes on Jesus rather than the world, He will bless you for it and He will help you get through it. But when you
Yeah.
take your eyes off of Him, bro, you're gonna go through things like that where you end up becoming an angry person in life. When God, maybe in that moment, He's trying to, in this, you can still get healed from it. Not saying it's too late. It's not too late.
yeah.
But yeah.
One thing I have learned, like being like actually like no father figure in my life. So it's just my mom. So like her like whatever boyfriend she had at the time, whatever. Like not having really anything actually. Cause I've lived in the Walmart parking lot in a Honda Accord. So
Yeah.
like I've done. There's so much
You've been through
in
it.
my life. Yeah, that's gonna be talked about on another podcast. but I just like not having anything, but having people around me that I think love me, like just just love me as a person, and being able to like if I have it to help them out, but if I don't like them, I don't know, just being there for like to give to someone. I feel like that's a big thing for me if I'm able to. But I don't. Then again, I don't know.
That's why I hate saying like I don't mean to come off in a rude way. Like I always say like I'm not trying to act like your dad, but like I'm being very serious. Like I don't want to be nobody for you, but just like a good positive impact. Like I know I'm not shit, and you're doing money wise better than me, but like you can see how bad I want it, and I want that for you too. So like
Yeah, but I want
I hate
more.
sounding like that.
Brother.
I don't want to be greedy. I want to start one thing, like one brand deal at a time.
It's
Like,
not about the brand deal. It's about you wanting to get up and want.
Well,
to,
for me,
to
I
better your
would have
life.
no money without OnlyFans, so
I'm not
I would
saying you
need a
have to
brand
quit
deal and
OnlyFans,
brand
but
deal
that's
and brand
not
deal.
what he's saying. Like, it's the fact that like get up. Like, he's trying to get you on with. I'm not saying names, but those brands and stuff like that. But like, dude, like get a gallery, get like pictures done. Like, you'll have stuff so that way you don't have to be like, Connor, I need pictures today. Like, I could just bring my camera
Yeah, bro.
whenever and help you. Like,
I know, but
you
the
don't
thing
have
is, like,
people
that had
me
me
that
like
just come
so
out of nowhere.
motivated earlier. I was at the gym. These girls were doing like they had like this cool like long light. No, just listen. They had this long light, right? Like this like dope light, and it was like the angles are cool, and they did pictures inside and outside. So the whole time I was working out, all they were doing was pictures. Barely working out, just straight pictures. I was like, I could literally do that. Like I could do
it's
that
easy.
all day, and then hit my gym workout afterwards,
Mhm.
and I could do the whole everything for it and just be really good at it. And I know I can do it. I just
Yeah,
So
gotta
do it, bro.
You just gotta be
gotta
motivated.
talk to the
Like,
right people.
Like the way that I see it is
You know,
like
do my own thing.
You don't have people like me that surround you. That like, bro, I just take pictures and stuff. Like I love taking pictures. It's like a passion of mine. I enjoy it. So like when I'm here, like why not take full advantage of that? You know, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, bro, I know I don't wake up every morning at a decent time. I feel like shit this week, but like, bro, I get up almost at 8 in the morning every day because I tell myself I gotta get up. I'm like, dude, just get up. I get up, I clean, I'm ready to eat, go to the gym. I like to knock it out, and then I like to plan my day out. Like,
See, I want old me back though, cause old me, like 3 years ago, when I was like, I felt I had Jesus in my life. I mean, I know it don't really matter, but I was going to church and stuff with like my ex and her family, and I was like, would say prayers at dinner and just everything like that. I want that.
Bro,
like I had
that
so
can
much
come
energy,
back.
dude.
You need to give your life to Christ and let Him heal you, bro. You have trauma, and that's why you're changing into this man who feels like he has to be like,
something he's not.
yeah, bro. It's and that's got to be all. I would hate to live like that. You're being someone that you really truly are not. Or the solution to get back is to give it to God, to give it to Jesus.
Like I want you to wake up in the
Intimately.
morning and be like,
And not want
I'm
to
about to
at all.
change. No, just be like I'm gonna change.
No, you gotta want it. Everything I'm saying, bro. Me being here, everything's gonna go over both y'all's heads unless you're willing to be like,
Hell no, bro. I can't sleep at night thinking about
I want
shit like this.
more. I want him. Whatever Alex is talking about, I want that. But you have to be willing and ready to change and realize there's gonna be some hardships. It's gonna get hard at times. But if you're not willing to pick up your cross and follow Jesus,
Oh, it could get.
and
Really
you're not ready
hard.
to yet, completely just don't even listen to anything I said. And then you're gonna get to. I know you're gonna get to a point in life where you're gonna be like, damn.
Maybe he
He
was
said,
right.
yeah, maybe he was right. Let me reach
No,
out to him.
I won't get to that point because I am.
Pastor
listening.
Alex, pull up.
I am listening, so I really won't.
Bro's
do
gonna
it.
Bro,
come in
I
with
care
his
about you guys,
spectacles and
bro.
his
You
Bible.
guys are gonna be good. You guys can always reach out to me whenever. But
Facts.
we
We're
gotta
gonna end the podcast.
get going.
All right, y'all. We're wrapping this up. So
Thanks for watching. We've had Alex Eubank here, the pastor. Stay
yeah,
tuned.
this is a good one. So goodbye.